Hello everyone, I'm Untitled Airsoft and welcome to the 2020 Loadout video. Of course you guys know why we're here, so let's get right to it. Starting off with my boots, I have a pair of Smith & Wesson Breach 2.0 9-inch high boots. Not a whole lot to say about these besides the fact that I really like them, they're comfortable, they're waterproof, and they're really everything I could ask for in footwear. Moving on to my uniform, I have a True Spec combat shirts and BDU pants, both in Woodland Digital. I went with True Spec mostly because of their price. True Spec makes a pretty high quality and durable uniform while still maintaining a low price. I believe for both the top and bottom parts of the uniform, the total was around or a little under $100. Compare that to Cry, which I cannot afford, being about $173 just for a shirt. I switched out from the Project Honor uniform because it's not always allowed at Milsim events and can often be confused between tan and green. For instance, my shirt has quite a lot of green on it, whereas my pants have a majority of tan. And typically I do run on the green team at Milsims. Overall, the uniform is a very high quality, I have full range of motion, and I enjoy wearing it. Now moving on to my belt setup. The belt that I use is a Seguera Gear Company emissary belt. I've had this belt for about 2 years now and really like it. It's made of a thin scuba webbing, so it keeps a low profile on my body, but at the same time is able to hold up all of my gear. I have another pistol belt as well. It's made out of leather, and that thing is not nearly as comfortable to wear as this is. If you guys want to know more about this belt, I highly recommend Garantham's video on it. For my holster, I just use a Matrix hardshell holster for the 2011 or High Kappa. Not a whole lot to it, it's simple, cheap, and it works well. I'll talk more about my pistol in a second. For my mag pouch, I use a Blue Force Gear 10-speed double pistol mag pouch. And for the dump pouch on my backside, I believe that is a Condor. Not much to say about either of them, they both work well and serve their purpose. For my pistol, I use a Navrich SSP-1. Now, I am a very big 1911 guy, and when I heard that Navrich was making his own High Kappa, I jumped on it almost immediately. This pistol is from the second batch that he made, and I really love it. The gas efficiency is not very good with green gas, but I mostly use this outdoors, so the CO2 is much better in my opinion. Overall, I love this pistol, it's very accurate, it's got some great range on it, and it looks awesome. And I'm sure you guys already noticed by now, but the gloves that I use are G&G Mechanics gloves. While these gloves are great, they don't have a whole lot of padding on them, so I'd recommend something a little bit beefier if you're playing mostly in CQB. Now moving on to my plate carrier setup. So the plate carrier I use is an LBX-0300S in Coyote Brown. On the front of it, I have 5 Phantom Gear M4 mag pouches stacked on the front, along with an Elite Force dead rag. Also, that little black object and pin that you see is part of a kit that was made by Brain Exploder to use with the Airsoft Innovations Impact Grenade, which I don't really use too much anymore, mostly because mine is broken. The magazines that I use are Evike Bamf Mags. They hold about 190 rounds and work pretty well when they don't fall out of my G&G, but I haven't had any problems with them when I use them with my KWA. Inside the vest, I have EMG 10x12 foam plates. These foam plates give the vest more structure and makes it look a lot cooler. It also adds a little bit of protection from BBs. On my back, I have a Condor hydration carrier, directly attached to my plate carrier. I mostly use this to hold extra magazines, water, medical supplies, smoke grenades, frag grenades, or anything similar. The main problem about this bag is that it's very hard to access by yourself, as you can see here. Usually I have to have a teammate grab something out of the top or bottom bag, since I can't really reach it by myself. I mostly just use this bag when I'm at Milsims, which is not super often, so it's mostly just for looks. Now moving on to my headgear. So the base helmet that I use is an Emerson Fast helmet. This was pre-painted in their Navy SEAL pattern. Overall, the helmet's pretty good. I've had it for about 4 years now almost, and it's starting to fall apart on me, so I'm hoping to upgrade to one of the new PTS helmets pretty soon. In terms of accessories, on the very back I have a Tactical Tailor pouch, which holds a power bank that runs to my GoPro. This ensures that I don't run out of power on the field, and I can get all that good footage. On the front of my helmet, I have a Brain Exploder 3D printed GoPro helmet mount, and to record all of that first-person footage, a GoPro Hero 4 Black. I highly recommend the Brain Exploder GoPro mount, mainly because it puts the camera in that perfect position to record that first-person footage, and it also doesn't make you look like a unicorn. Moving a little bit lower to my iPro, I use a pair of ESS crossbows. I went with the crossbows mainly because of their aesthetic and also the low price, and also to my knowledge they are the standard issue iPro for the Marine Corps, and I thought, well, I already have the uniform, I might as well get the iPro as well. The ESS crossbows also have a gasket attachment to make them full seal, which makes them perfect for airsoft games. The gasket also has a spacer near the top, which allows for good airflow, so fogging isn't a problem. For For my face protection, I have a One Tigris Scream airsoft mask in the medium size. I really like the One Tigris because it has the padded side to it, which allows me to get a really good cheek weld on my rifle and look down my sights. It's not super important, but it is definitely a lot more comfortable than a full wire face mask.
Airsoft! Alright.
So as you can see here, I own two Airsoft AEGs, one that I use for indoor and the other that I use for outdoor. We'll start with my G&G SRL. I've had this gun for about 3 years now, and boy has it been through a lot. So through the years with this rifle, I've discovered that I am in no way a tech. Every time I've tried to upgrade this rifle, something breaks, and then it would eventually get fixed. I would try to upgrade it again, and something would break again. So after some professional work from Bloomy's Airsoft and a Gate Titan installed, this thing runs amazingly. Besides the Gate Titan, I have a few upgraded parts inside the gearbox, of course done by Bloomy's Airsoft, as well as a 6.03mm Mad Bull inner barrel that runs all the way to the end of the suppressor. I also have a modified flat hop system inside, which gives it that extra boost of accuracy and consistent shots. For externals, I have a replica EOTech 551, I believe, which came from China before the coronavirus. For the grip, I have a PTS Fortis Shift, which I really enjoy using. It's very comfortable. And for the end of my gun, I have an Angel Customs Hive mock suppressor. My newest gun is the KWA Ronan T6. I've had this since about December, and I've only been able to use it twice, but so far it has performed extremely well. Inside the gun, I have a Prometheus Type Bore inner barrel and a G&G green bucking, with a standard hop-up nub. This gun isn't really designed for outdoor gameplay, but with the combination of the barrel and bucking, I'm able to get some pretty good range. Something really cool about the Ronan T6 is that you're actually able to adjust the FPS on the fly. In the very back there's an Allen screw that can go into the spring guide, and it is able to tighten or loosen the spring. With this adjustment tool and the stock spring, you're able to get the Ronan T6 as low as 340 FPS for indoor games, or if you wanted to switch it to outdoors, you can crank it all the way up to 370 FPS. So now on to the externals. On the front of my gun is my Runcam 2 with a 35mm zoom lens to capture all those faraway shots. Underneath of that is my BCM Gunfighter Kinesthetic Angled Grip, or CAG. I'm a big fan of this grip, but I feel like it would do better on a larger platform. It's kinda hard to get a proper grip when there's so much stuff on top of my rail space, and not very much room to fit it all. On top of my gun is a UTG Rmr Red Dot. I went with the UTG because it looked to be a lot higher quality than the $30 RMRs on Amazon. Also, I have the sight on a 1-inch riser to make sure I can see over my zoom cam or flashlight. On the back of my gun, I have an AirTech Studios Tanker battery extension. I use this because my Titan batteries are a little bit big for the normal buffer tube, so I have to have a little bit extra room. With this extension, it makes my batteries fit perfectly. Hey guys, it's Matt, the Illinois Airsofter. I just want to say thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Also, a very big thank you to all my patrons. You guys support the channel monthly. If you guys would like to become a patron yourself and get early access to all of my videos in the upcoming future, go and check out the top link in the description. Also, if you guys would like to buy your own special Illinois Airsofter patch, which is under my... I'll put a picture up on the screen. Go ahead and check out the second link in the description that will take you to dashpatch.club. And you guys will be able to get your own patch, and that is another way to support the channel. So guys, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for 3 years. As of last weekend, the channel was 3 years old, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys. So again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, that was terrible.
Hello there. There's a tree there.